All right, this is going to be a great video. These are 5 games that women play through the cell phone. And when this happens, she is using advanced manipulation. These are the 5 games that women like to play through the cell phone to not only raise your interest level, but to find reasons to disqualify you. Now, here's what I can tell you. This is going to be really good information. This is going to be step-by-step processes that you can almost spot, so that way you don't fall into these traps. And here's what I can tell you. If by the end of the video you think that this information is very good and is high quality, I would advise you to do one thing. I want you to see just how far I take this even further inside of the language of women. So I want you to learn, understand, and master the language of women. And guess what? Here's the cool thing. You can find that inside of the community that I built, where over 1,100 guys have already came together to see this, okay? This is an exclusive community where I'm watching guys' dating lives transform on a weekly basis. So hop inside of that after today's video is over, because you will see just how far I take this and teach this with advanced processes that you can use inside of your dating life to start to get real results. Now, these are all the games that women will play through the cell phone. So let's look at the first column, okay? Number 1 is going to be time delays, okay? What is a time delay? A time delay is waiting an extended amount of time to message you back. Now, it can be for a variety of reasons, but it really just comes down to this, okay? The reason why is because she wants the leverage. And what does that leverage look like? That leverage looks like this. Being able to inflate her dating value, okay, emotionally or in your mind, while simultaneously decreasing your dating value in your mind, okay? This is what it comes down to. That's why she wants the leverage. She wants to inflate her dating value. So here's what that means. That means she wants to work into your mind that your dating value is lower than it actually is. This is one of their many strategies in order to make sure that they will consistently have the leverage over the men that they're talking to, is they will constantly find ways to decrease his perceived dating value in his mind, okay? Here's what that means. What that means is if you make $50 million a year, she wants to make you feel like you only make 50 grand, okay? And if you make 50 grand a year, she wants to make you feel like you make 500 bucks a year. That's what it comes down to. If you're 7 feet tall, she's going to find a way to make you feel as if you're 3 feet tall. That's how life works, okay? So she wants to work into your mind that your dating value is lower than it actually is. So a time delay is creating an inverse relationship, okay? And the relationship is this: artificially inflating her psychological perceived value, okay, in your mind, while simultaneously decreasing your perceived value. It's an inverse relationship, okay? Now, here's what you have to remember. A lot of this is happening in your mind, right? We will oftentimes latch on to things or tell ourselves that these things are true, when in reality what this is this is just almost like a mindset battle of your own emotions and actually seeing this for what it is, okay? So the reason why this occurs is because hypergamy basically wants to break you or to disqualify you. And this is going to happen no matter who you are. This is going to happen if you're a famous celebrity. This is going to happen if you're a professional athlete. This is going to happen, okay, for everybody. So this is number 1, is time delays, okay? Number 2, the second game that women will oftentimes play is going to be interest tests. What is an interest test? An interest test is basically just her testing your interest level. And what this is leveraging ways to test how much you want to see them, okay? Here's what happens long term with women. The more you want to see them and give them time, energy, attention, care, or resources, the less she wants to see you, because you start to actually lose value in these interactions. So, interest tests. Why does this occur? This occurs because they want you invested. This is one of the things most guys don't realize. They think that these interest tests occur, right, just to disqualify you. This is actually not true. These interest tests occur because she wants to find ways where you become emotionally invested into her as an individual, okay? Now, this is also a very big contradiction. Here's why. Women spend majority of their time getting a man invested emotionally just to leave him once he does. Okay, so this is a very big contradiction. It's like she's telling herself that this is going to make her more attracted to the man, so she wants to make sure that he is invested into her on a person-to-person individual level, only just to lose attraction for him once he does. So, interest tests, this is what it means, because I'm talking about a game that's played through the cell phone. Interest tests are basically your sub-communication that she can feel through the phone. So you might be saying, well, how do you demonstrate any form of sub-communication through the phone? You can't tell, right? You're like, it's just a screen and pixels, right? It's just a screen. That doesn't matter. That doesn't work, right? It's like, how can she feel any of this through the phone? Well, I'm going to explain. Okay, these are the things that raise certainty. Okay, when I say raise certainty, here's what that means, right? That means you're doing little things that you might not even be able to really feel or see that you're doing. So here's all of the things that will raise certainty. Number one would be liking messages, right? On a lot of messages, you can hold down the button and like the message. Hearting messages, you can hold down the button of the text message and you can heart the message. Another thing, emojis, right? Being able to read your interest level through emojis. Exclamation marks, question marks, okay? Or even spelling out full words. If I spell Y-O-U and you only put the letter U, okay? This is actually what it comes down to. You look less invested than me because I took the time to spell out the full word. Now you might be saying, well, Casey, does it actually go that deep? It actually does, because these things are happening on a subconscious level. So, all of these things, liking messages, hearting messages, emojis, exclamation marks, question marks, spelling out full words. Here's the thing. If you're trying to meet up for a date or something like that, yes, you're going to have to show a certain amount of interest or you two will never meet. But here's what I would recommend to satisfy hypergamy. This is what I do. It's really just a balancing act of passing these interest tests. So here's what that means. Since it's a balancing act, my method is 1 to 2 steps removed emotionally, okay? So it's not like we're completely disregarding all of these things. We need to show just a slight amount of reciprocation, but not to the full extent that she did when it comes to the level of emotional investment. So my method is 1 to 2 steps removed emotionally. Here's what that would look like. Let's say you're dating a woman or you're in a relationship with a woman, and let's say you guys have been seeing each other for 5 months, okay? And she sends you a text message right before bed, and it says, good night, with a kiss emoji, right? Maybe it says, good night, handsome, and it's a kiss emoji, okay? What I would recommend doing in this exact situation is I would heart the message, okay? So I'm still validating the kiss emoji. I know how this sounds, but yes, it actually goes that deep with all of these little things. I would heart the message, okay? I wouldn't just like the message. That's too cold, right? We have to show some level of reciprocation, but not to the same degree. Why do we have to do this? To satisfy hypergamy. I would heart the message that says good night with the kiss emoji, and then I would actually type out the words good night, sleep well. So notice mine is more punctual. Good night, sleep well. Or hope you sleep well. That's it. But notice, I hearted the message. I didn't send a kiss emoji back. I hearted the message and validated it. This is what it would look like to be 1 to 2 steps removed. This is going to basically make it so that way your text messages are actually satisfying hypergamy, and she's not able to fully read your interest level to the degree, okay, where she loses attraction, but she's still going to see that you're somewhat invested. This is how you pass a lot of the interest tests, okay? Now, number 3, let's move on to this column, okay? Not responding even though they agreed to plans. Okay, so this is an exact situation that happened to me about a week ago. You'll like this. I set plans with a woman, okay, and my final text message was this. I put perfect, comma, Sunday it is. So we had plans to meet Sunday, or that is what I did, was I set the plan for Sunday, because she said she was free the entire weekend, and she said she'll make time. Okay, cool. So I go perfect, comma, Sunday it is. Now I got no reply. She did not reply, she did not say anything. She didn't even heart the message. She didn't say great. She didn't say excellent. She didn't say, can't wait to see you, nothing. I got no message back, okay? So here's what happened. I didn't reply at all. I didn't say anything back, and I also didn't try to meet up with her on Sunday. Okay, I made plans with a different woman, and I went out on a date with her. Now here's what happened. Later on in the week, once Sunday passed, I think this was like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, I can't remember the exact day. But now later on in the week, she is upset because I did not reach out Sunday to see her. Okay? Why? Because she wanted me invested. She wanted me to pursue at an even deeper level. She wanted me to send a double text message. This is what she wanted. She wanted me to go the extra mile to make sure that I was working for that plan to see her. So here's what you have to understand. When women like a guy, okay, they want to be pursued. In this exact example, she wanted to feel wanted. I'm going to say that one more time. She wanted to feel wanted, okay? So they play these games of not responding, okay, or not reciprocating interest. Why do they do this? Why do they play these games? Because she wanted me to pursue her for that date. She wanted me to send a second text message. Okay, point number 4, okay? This is another advanced game that they will oftentimes play through the cell phone. This would be posting or looking at your social media stories even though they ignored you or they ignored your text message, okay? Now, here's what you have to understand, okay? This occurs when you have fully revealed your interest level. And what that means is you have actually shown her that you like her. Now, at this point, if she's doing this, at this point, she just wants to fuck with you. That's it, okay? So what that means is this. Yes, she wants to now cause some sort of emotional turmoil towards you. She wants to make you reactive, okay? She wants to make you feel not good enough. She wants to basically create fear of loss, that you're not going to get to see her again. And she wants to make you think that she doesn't like you. This is done on purpose. So at this point, here's what you have to understand. She literally doesn't care if you guys ever talk ever again. She's completely done. She doesn't care. She doesn't care if that makes you mad. She doesn't care if you find that disrespectful. She doesn't care. Okay? Now point number 5, it would be this. Saying she's been too busy and forgot to respond. If she ever says she's too busy or she forgot to respond, this is manipulation. This is a tactic to make you feel less important, okay? Some women will even do this within the first couple interactions or even the first couple dates. They'll start to do this stuff right away. You have to know this. You have to be able to spot this. They'll do this right away. She's going to say that she's been too busy and that she forgot to respond. This is a complete lie. Here's the truth. There is probably another dude that she's seeing, or on top of that, what you have to remember is women are always seeing someone, okay? So here's my method to get around all of this. This is my method. My method is you want to take some time, and this will probably take you a couple months. You want to take some time and you want to get about 30 phone numbers, or more if you can. You want to get about 30 phone numbers, okay? And now what you do is you take a full 6 months, okay? And every woman that you have their phone number, okay? Every woman gets a text from you, a text message from you every 2 weeks, okay? Because you're actually going to just build your pipeline of your amount of options. This is the best method, and here's why. Number 1, you're going to develop patience, okay? So you're going to say, yes, I will actually accumulate a full 30 phone numbers, okay? And then you're going to take a full 6 months to just send that one text message, right, every couple weeks. And here's what's going to happen. The women who are interested in you, out of the 30, are going to be more responsive, okay? And I'm going to say probably about 30% of them, maybe a little more depending on how good you are at this, are going to start to invest more, okay? So let's say about 10 of them will start to reciprocate interest and start to want to potentially see you. Here's what happens. The reason why I love this method is because if I just check in every 2 weeks or every 2.5 weeks, one little thing, right? It could be one simple text message. What happens is you build story and narrative in her mind where she's like, who is this guy? And what I'm actually trying to do here is I want all of the other men that she's talking to over the span of this amount of months, I want all of these other guys to start to seem lower value, and I want all of them to start to show weakness, so that way they need some companionship and she can feel that they are investing too much. I want those other guys that she's talking to basically just filter themselves out and get put into the category as not an option because they over pursued her. Meanwhile, what I like to do is I like to take months like that and I just slowly drop in with a text message here and there. And what happens is she goes, who's this other guy who appears to have more status or more value who's not trying to see me all the time? This is exactly how you can start to develop more options and almost like build out your pipeline of dating options that you have, so that way you don't put all of your eggs in one basket. So these are 5 games that women play through the cell phone, and if you spot these things, she's using advanced manipulation. Now at this point, I advise you to do one thing. Take this one step further. You join us inside of that community. I have brought over 1,100 dudes together for a reason. I am helping them learn, understand, and master the language of women. And guys, here's why I'm telling you this. You see how deep I take these topics. You see how much I break this stuff down for you step by step. If you think this is good, okay? If you think this video is good that I just made for you today, you wait and you see how good that program is that I just made this past year called The Language of Women. You see for yourself. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.